Oh shit.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Duo Q. I'm your host, Chris. Joining me today is my co-host and guest star, Con Cordell, and we're here to fuck up some monsters. Dauntless, Mike. Dauntless.
Dude, it's addicting.
It is.
It's so addicting.
It's so fucking good. Oh my gosh, dude. It makes me miss Monster Hunter, and then makes me not miss Monster Hunter. And like, I would so much rather play this. Like, Monster Hunter had a lot of issues, and I feel like Dauntless did the whatchamacallit, was it Apex? Dauntless did the Apex route, where they just sat back and listened to all the bitches and the complaints, and it was like, all right, we'll fix these from the get-go.
They simplified the gameplay,
Oh,
but
God,
not so much so that it's like boring.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's still fun.
It's extremely fun. We've gotten pretty deep into the trenches on this game for sure. So right now what we're doing is a private hunt, just me and him, and we're looking for a Hellion, which I just found. Throwing the flare now. We'll kill the Hellion, and then I'll kind of give you guys a little bit of a demonstration on what to do with the materials. But basically, you want to hunt monsters, get materials in order to make new weapons and new armor. Judging on some of the monsters, they'll have different elements that you can equip to kind of make your other hunts a little easier whenever you're going against fire or ice or whatnot. So we'll get into that a little bit after we fight the beast. Oh man, here we go. I actually like the Hellion a lot. I'm actually kind of upset that the ice version is just basically a reskin. Although the
Just
ice,
a reskin,
the
yeah.
ice fucking shit looks fucking cool though. I actually like the armor a lot, but I like the weapon even more. Got to get that weapon over this ice blade that I have now. I'm just ready to get to the point where like I stop unlocking monsters. So it's like, all right, cool. This is all I have to get. Because now we got that new shit, that fucking beetle. I can't remember what his element was.
Oh, Volamir, he's Radiant.
Radiant, yeah. Now it's like we gotta get Radiant, and then whatever the fucking against
And then
Radiant is.
Unbolt. There's
Yeah,
Radiant and Unbolt.
Yeah. You know, those made up elements. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
So what is very interesting about this game is that there are different classes. As you can see, Mike is using pistols. I'm using a sword. There's axes, there's hammers, and it's all about... Oh shit, I got down, but don't worry, I got myself. I'll be able to beat this guy. We've done it before. But axes, hammers, there's chain blades, all kinds of shit. Where you can kind of do like a variety of gameplay, and then having multiple people with multiple different weapons kind of helps out. For people with hammers can kind of knock the monsters down. People with swords and stuff like that can easily kind of chop off body parts. Yeah.
Yep.
Do wounds and shit like that with war pikes and everything else. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting game. I was a little worried at first when I saw it was from Epic, because as most of you know on the channel, I am not a Fortnite fan, and neither is Mike. So I was a little worried about Epic, but it's alright. It's a little cartoony, but it's not so cartoony that it hurts. So, please. Although I would be really interested to see like a real like hardcore like HD version of this fucking game. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how like the new Final Fantasy remake's coming out, because that was like one of the biggest things a lot of people were talking about, was the fact that like all the monsters kind of looked a little cartoony in the old game, and now they're gonna look like fucking like terrifying. Like I bet you some of these beasts would look fucking terrifying. It's like looking up like realistic pictures of Pokemon, dude. Like that shit's fucking scary as fuck. It's like,
Dude.
if I lived in that fucking, fuck that, dude. No sir.
Jigglypuff looks so mean.
It's like some of those insect Pokemon. It's like that thing would fucking murder me. I would not be trying to catch that, dude. You throw Pikachu at that, he's dying. Like that's happening. There's no fucking taking him to a Poke Center afterwards. Pikachu's just dead. So then you get to this point where like the monsters take a lot of damage and they just leave. You just gotta go hunt them down again. We refer to it as the second phase. So it's their way of retreating because they're getting their shit packed in, which means that you're almost done. It's pretty much the halfway mark. Sometimes the monsters won't retreat and you can just kill them fast enough that you don't have to worry about this. It's a lot more rare, in my opinion. I've only had it happen, I think, like twice, maybe 3 times.
Yeah, it's happened several times for me.
I got this one over here. Okay. And once you get over here, I'll pop my fucking alt. But cool thing about this game is that if you dodge, you're pretty much invincible to all damage while you're rolling. So that's something to always pay attention to. But it does take a shit ton of your stamina to dodge, which kind of sucks. But you know, if it didn't,
Yeah,
it'd be pretty fucking broken.
Think of it kind of like Dark Souls, where you want to dodge away from the attacks, but it's a little different than Dark Souls because you actually, if you dodge towards the monsters, you have like iframes, which are invincibility frames, that you can kind of get around the attacks. Because most attacks, they don't just stop when they hit you; they continue going.
Yeah,
So
true.
you want to dive through the monster so that you don't take that extra damage. Like
Exactly.
I've been hit like 3 or 4 times straight by a monster who was just diving forward.
Ooh, there goes the tail. See? Just cut off body parts. Boom. Yes. And then you get a lot of good stuff for that. You always definitely want to cut off as many parts as you can before you kill the monster. Unfortunately, you don't get to see the health bars, so that aspect kind of blows, but oh well. Oh, you son of a bitch. Another cool thing is they'll have these pools right here where you can kind of go up and get some health, but there's like 5 streams coming out that you can see, which means it has 5 uses. Every time you do a use, it takes one of the streams away. So you want to try to not be an asshole and save some for your teammates. But if you're playing with randos, you might as well go ahead and just take them off for yourself because they're going to. That's one of those things to kind of give you a little bit more healing because you only get to go into a world with 5 health potions. The nice thing, though, is don't be scared to use your health potions because they come back. They refill every time you go to town, which is really, really nice. I was actually really worried about that my first time playing. I was like, I don't want to use my health potions because then I have to fucking buy more, and I don't know how fucking well you run into money. But nope, they auto-refill, which is pretty nice. You also have these little lanterns on your side too, which do like pretty cool little extra abilities. Mine is that I get a shield, which is extremely strong. It's like fucking 250 max.
Yeah, and mine causes that little ice attack I just did.
Yep. It also does that fire shit too that you drop, right? Where it grants like fucking
No,
fire immunity.
that's armor.
Oh, that's your armor. Gotcha.
That's the Hellion armor.
Yeah, all different kinds of like mods that you can put into armor weapons. They all do all different things, which is pretty cool too. Game's pretty nice as far as like the variety of stuff your things can do, which is pretty cool. I don't really feel like it was that much in Monster Hunter.
And they're working on, they have a roadmap out, and they're still working on new weapons, new armor, new monsters.
Which is nice. I always want to
And
get
it's
on
free
a
to
game.
play.
Yeah, that's the
not
biggest
free to
part.
play.
Yeah, it's free to fucking play.
Free to play, co-op, 4-player, and cross-platform.
And cross-platform.
That's
And
the amazing
cross-progression.
And cross-progression,
Yep,
yes.
so you can fucking take it anywhere. And then after this, it kind of gives you a ranking. My fucking rank sucked on this one. I got fucking E. Jesus Christ. And an
God,
S plus.
dude.
I don't know what I did wrong. Like, I only got down once. Like, Jesus.
I got an S+. It's crazy.
Oh, damn. I guess our team rank was basically just you, so. Oh, man. So then after this, you kind of get your whole, like, lay down. It shows you your mastery for that monster you go against, which is the Hellion mastery. That's what we fought was a Hellion. My sword mastery, which is the weapon I use, then it shows you all your stuff over here, judging on the stuff you have, like the bonus elite pass, or you know, I only downed once versus being not downed, or only downed so many times. It gives you multiple different things. Then you can exit the hunt, which is just going to bring you right back in. The only thing about this game that people need to understand, same thing with kind of like Monster Hunter in my opinion as well, is that it does not have a story mode. It is literally you go hunt a monster and you come back. You go hunt a monster, you come back. But with that, you get all these different pieces where you can build different weapons, you can build different armors, judging on the actual monsters you're hunting, and the new shit like that. So for instance, I wanted to hunt him so I can make his sword, and I now have what I need to make that sword. So now I can now make this new flame sword, and that's my new weapon. Now I can start upgrading it with all these like little flame orbs to get it maxed up to where my other sword is at, so I can stop using my other flame sword and start using this one, just because I like to look a little bit better, which is pretty cool. So it kind of helps players get that diversity of what they want to use and what they want to wear, so not everybody looks exactly the same. Like as in my armor alone, on my layout, I'm actually wearing one of each different element. I don't necessarily recommend it. I'm just one of those people that like cosmetics. I want my dude to look the coolest, or you could be like
Yeah,
Mike
true.
and actually just suit up against what you're supposed to be going against, so that way you don't die and get downed like I did. So yeah, that's always something you can do as well. But yeah, this is definitely one of those nice parts about the game where, like I said, you can kind of just craft multiple different pieces of the armor instead of just crafting one set and you have to put the whole thing on. You can kind of do, multiple different fires. So for instance, like the Charog is fire, the Embermane is fire, the Hellion is fire. So you can just go through all three of those and make what you want out of like the different sets to make the ultimate set that you think looks cool to you, which is pretty nice. So definitely something to look at. But let's go ahead and wrap it up for us. So if you enjoyed this content, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, make sure you turn on those notifications. That way you get notified every time we upload another video. And if you want to, hit us in the comment section below. Ask any questions. I'll jump in the comments, answer them. Mike can jump in the comments and answer them if you got any questions like that about the game or anything. As far as that's concerned, we also have Twitter links in the description below, including Mike's, so you can follow those if you want more direct form of communication. Or if you want to, we have Twitch links. Once again, Mike's will be down there in the description below as well, where you can go follow him and watch him play some Dauntless or whatever we're currently playing at the time. But at the end of all this, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next time.